said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-da-too-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
the world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fweet-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Good evening, my spooky friends, and welcome to Gothic Horror Gaming. I am the Grim Maven and shall be your host for this evening's game. So thank you so much for joining us on this new little adventure we're taking. Before we get into the game, I would like to first thank our sponsors. We would love to thank Ren Adventures for sponsoring this. Renadventures.com, Destination D&D. The next trip is going to be to New Orleans from November 19th to the 3rd, culminating at a trip to the Louisiana Renaissance Festival, where you will see a couple of players that you will see tonight. Yeah, so if you just go on over to renadventures.com. They're also doing a trip to Muncaster Castle, I believe, July 2025. I will double check that at some point. But yeah, Muncaster Castle in England, Destination D&D, interactive RPG in fun, fancy locations. We would also like to thank 3D for You. They do gifts, they do dice towers, 3D printed mimic boxes, all kinds of nerdy, fun things. They are really fabulous. We love them. So hop on over to 3D2U. .com and follow them on Facebook and Instagram at 3D2U. They're fabulous. We love them. Would like to mention a new book called Dread by Melissa Lee. Ooh, spooky. It is now on sale on Amazon, and the Kindle edition just dropped. So if you like spooky tales that will make your blood run cold, please go and pick that up. She is a fabulous writer, and I do believe our Glue Master also has a story in there as well. He was mentioning that. So yeah, pick it up. It's fantastic. And also, I would love to mention Mab's Mobile Mercantile. They have just dropped their Yuletide Monster mugs. It's that Krampus time of year, so let us sing and make merry. The Mobile Mercantile is very excited to be working with Madam Ansa O'Leary to help bring your annual Krampus beverage receptacle offering. They have pint glasses, shot glasses, and this year they are offering mugs, perfect for your spiced glühwein. Keep warm this holiday season with your two favorite Yuletide monsters. And I'm not just talking about Mab and Ansa, but I could be. So there's Krampus on one side, Mary Lou on the other, and your favorite warm drink in the middle. They have it in red, green, and black, and you can pre-order now at Mab's Mobile Mercantile. This is currently pre-order, and shipping will begin on October 21st, 2024. Yeah. So that's that. I can't wait to get my Krampus / Mary Lou mug. It's gonna be great. So before we get into our game, I would like to kind of talk a little bit about the game that we are using. So content warning, this is a Gothic horror game, emphasis on horror. So there might be things like descriptions of violence, creatures of common phobia, potential drug use. Viewer discretion is advised. This is a little bit on the darker side. So if that is not exactly your cup of tea, you are more than welcome to check out some of the other things that we have going on in the channel. But if you are into the spooky stuff, this is a place for you. So the game that we're playing is based off of the Chill universe, using the Over the Edge system. It's a very, very easy system. So each character has 3 traits, a primary trait and 2 secondary traits. So let's say our character is a fireman. So a primary trait that they might have would be they're just big and burly. They can carry people and places and things. Places. Yep. So if they were trying to do a strength check, what they would do is they would roll 4d6 and they would yes, correct. They would take that number, and if the highest number sorry, that is incorrect. Let me say that again. They would roll 4d6 and that would either depending on the number that they would roll, they would either succeed their strength check or they would fail their strength check. But let's say this fireman is also an amateur musician. Let's say for some reason they have to pull out their guitar and charm an audience. They would roll 3d6 for that, and then whatever number they would roll would be whether or not they succeeded in that action. Now, you can help our players by using your Twitch points to get helps for our players. And so the way that helps work is if you just type the character's name in the chat. Our wonderful Sir David Percival, who we love and adore and thank so much, is keeping track of those. So if you use your Twitch points and by help, basically the players will take one extra die and then subtract the lowest die from that. So let's say they roll 5 die and they would take away the lowest, so they would get their highest possible with that. So it's like advantage. It's good stuff. Use helps. You can also help me too. Oh, yep. These are our current helps at the moment. So just keep that in mind as we move forward. So our players currently find themselves in rural Vermont, in the foothills of the Appalachians, and they are near about in the woods, and they are trying to solve a murder. Maybe there's been a murder. Maybe there hasn't been. We don't know. They need to go and find out. Very creepy. So without further ado, how about, yes, yes, Victoria London Fog, a murder. So how about we bring in our players to see what they have to say about the matter. And here we go. Why, hello, Doctor.
Oh, hello. There was maybe possibly a murder, and we are going to go investigate if there was a murder, and if there was a murder, who was murdered, why were they murdered, what were they murdered with, and also, did it even happen?
You know, I really appreciate your methodology here, Doctor.
And also, was it crows?
Was it crows? We don't know.
And if so, I'm going to need to count the crows.
You're going to have to count. Yep. So you would be counting those crows?
I would.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Fabulous. All right.
Yep.
Anyway.
And maybe, and then, you know, who knows what will happen next?
Who knows what will happen? Well, hello, Lady Margaret Darkwood. What do you think is going on?
Well, I can't even begin to guess, but I will say that what I thought was going to be a lovely vacation with a very good friend is turned into this bit of a nightmare, I would have to say, but something of an adventure. And I'm not really drastically opposed to it, though it would be more fun with my lady friends. But these gentlemen that are keeping me company, they're quite robust, I would have to say, and know a thing or two about a thing or two. So I could do worse, but I really would like very much to see if everyone is okay, and if this possible cult sort of situation, which is really disconcerting, I would have to say.
Quite.
They want wives for their sons? Really now? Really? We all know that marriage is a prison.
Who would have thought? And last but certainly not least, hello, Mr. Forsyth.
Hello there. Good to see you all again. It's been an odd evening. We stopped in here at this lovely little inn for the Red Maple for the evening. And just as we were settling in burst a farmhand, Wilhelm Johnston, I believe is his name, and he was raving about they murdered him. Oh my God, they murdered him. We tried to get him calmed down. Then he drank himself into a stupor. when he was left unattended briefly. We were trying to revive him. We tried to determine if there was in fact a murder that occurred. So we went down to the nearest town. Was it Gretna?
Quentin.
Quentin. That's
Quentin.
it.
Yep.
We went into Quentin, got the sheriff with us, Fred Charter, I believe is his name, and we brought him all the way back up here through harrowing early automobile and mule cart excursion. Finally got him back here. He's sort of looking at what might be with this farmhand, and I believe we have been deputized. We even have documents to prove so, signed by the sheriff himself, in order to go on up to the Brave Brook farm, and find out what we can, if there was in fact a murder, or if this is the ravings of a drunkard who has no idea what he's doing. There's a large family up there, and a number of farmhands have been hired up there lately. They've gone on up, and all of the people here at the Red Maple Inn, I've not seen any of them come back. This is the first one that's actually returned. And there's a young Turner who's a farmhand that Wilhelm, our deranged lunatic, was saying was still up there, and he may be in danger, which is why we are taking it upon ourselves to go up and find out if he is in fact in danger, if there's any danger at all. And I'm sure everything will be absolutely fine because we're on a channel called Gothic Horror Gaming. I'm sure nothing untoward is occurring in the slightest. We'll walk up there, have a lovely brunch, and come on back, even though it's like 25 miles up through the woods.
Indeed. What a delightfully succinct recap of events. Mr.
It's
Forsyth.
almost as if someone runs events very often and has to remember all this stuff. I don't know who that would
It's
be.
as if. My
Weird.
goodness.
Thank you, Victorian London Fog. Yes.
Indeed.
My personal preference is when I'm not in charge, I barely pay attention.
That is absolutely
I
fair.
find it's a lot more exciting that way.
Dr. Watson, it's a blessing and it's also a curse.
Indeed.
Truth. I owe you a drink, lad. I owe you a drink.
It's all right.
Certainly, I would have to say it's a blessing for us, and I wish to enable this behavior in any way you.
Oh, speaking of enabling, let me have another. Oh, thank you.
Oh yes.
Huzzah.
Oh, well, I'll drink to that. Cheers. Aye. Yeah.
I'll drink to your drinking.
Feedback loop.
I will drink to your drinking of my cheers and your drinking.
All right. Well, I would have to go down to the inn's bar if I wanted any more. So I think I'll better slow down.
Oh, you
Indeed.
should call.
I don't think
your
Frank
local
Anderson.
bartender. You should call your local Sausage King bartender and see if he's available for house calls.
Sausage King. Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
it's
the
an inside
Sausage King
joke.
of the
Yeah,
Mid-
I'm not-
I
of the
see. Yes,
Midwest.
yes.
But I
Of the
will
Midwest,
confess, I find that remarkably unappealing for a bartender to be a sausage king.
Yeah, he
Fair
works in the
enough.
meat market, so there you go.
Anyways,
there's that. Aye.
so as you were left, I believe you had decided to stay the evening and begin the trek the following day.
Yes, it was
Aye.
going to be. It was getting too dark to go now.
It was getting to. It is, mid-October in Vermont, so the days are getting shorter. So that was probably a wise choice. However, so you awaken. It is the morning time. Again, it is a little foggy, but you can see that the sun is attempting to break through the mist, and there is a bit of frost on the ground. It is very nippy in the air. Do you decide to? What would you like to do?
I'd like
I
to check on my patient first thing.
Oh, good idea.
Yes.
So you go to room 7, I believe, or was it 5?
5.
5. Yes, thank you. Okay. So you head on over to room 5.
Aye. All right, lad. How are you doing?
There's a little bit of shuffling, a little bit. The floorboards kind of creak, and clearly someone is trying to get some stuff together. And a bleary, rather disheveled Sheriff Charters opened the door.
Oh, Sheriff, I didn't know you were still here.
Yep.
Where is he going to
Doctor
go?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to just make sure our patient here was, in good care.
Well, I'd like to do some a quick exam of him, make sure that he's on the mend.
Yep, absolutely. He seemed to have quite the fever there last night. So yeah, if you want to just check him out.
Absolutely. So I go over and check on him, and
roll your
what am I
doctor
saying?
stuff.
Rolling doctor skills. Yahtzee. No.
That could be either very good or very bad.
Yeah,
that's very true. I got a 14.
Fantastic. You can
Thoroughly
see
average.
that.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He is probably a little bit better than he was last night. He still has a pretty high fever. But he's sweating a bit. He's not shaking and his breathing has stabilized, but it is clear that he is still very ill, and is not like to awaken anytime soon.
Very good. All right. I go to the landlady and I ask her to please keep cold compresses. Get cold compresses to keep on his head, and then also heating pads to go under his armpits.
Okay, under the hot under the armpit, and then okay.
The heat, and you don't want to do them at the same time. You want to rotate betwixt them about every half hour to 45 minutes, whatever is practicable for you.
Yep. My grandma used to put onions on the bottoms of our feet when we got sick.
Onions, really?
Yep. She said it would suck the sickness right out of your feet, right there. Just.
Oh well, I never heard of that one, but that is delightful. Maybe do that too. If you have some spare onions.
Not order any onion-based dishes here.
No, so the French onion soup is right out then. All right.
Well, they just smash it with the soup. Yeah.
Well, it has that really nice flavor.
And if you have any ice chips, if you could put them on his lips to make sure he doesn't become dehydrated.
Oh, that's a very good idea. We can just go out and grab some ice there.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. No, we're not using any leeches. We are in a modern period. I mean, the guy might be distempered, but we're not going to use leeches. Oh, I should use a medical slap trademark on you for even suggesting that.
Well, I mean, he clearly has demons in his blood. He should do cocaine about it.
Well, that's just science right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have a tincture for that there, doctor?
I actually do. Yeah. Would you like the 5 milligrams or the 10? Do you have a sniffle? Do you need some cocaine? I have some over here, actually.
Okay. Anyways, Henry, what would you like to do while the doctor is?
Well, I think we determined that we need to go up there on foot because of the passage up there. So I'm going to assemble some things. I'm going to assume we're going to be out in the docks. I'll try to find myself. I've got a little gas lantern. I'll make sure that is fueled up and ready to go. I'll grab my hunting rifle, and my knife is still tucked safely behind me in my belt. Get myself some nice warm clothing, and I will ask Wilhelmina, the innkeeper's wife, if she's got any portable food around, some sort of maybe some dried meats or something such. We could take some cheese, maybe a loaf of bread, so we have some sustenance, and probably want to bring a bottle of water or two with us as well.
Yep. I can. I packed you up a nice little basket. It's got some. It does have a loaf of bread, some cheese. We do make some really nice cheddar around here. We have really nice cheeses.
I heard that your Vermont is very sharp. Yes.
Yes, it is. Oh, it's the sharpest. Don't you know that? Then, of course, we have some pickled herrings for you. And then I think, and some dried meats.
Oh, that is wonderful. Thank you so very much. I will allow me to compensate you, and you give out $1 or $2.
Oh, you're so kind. That's so
Well,
nice
it's
of
not my
you.
money; it's the railroad's money, and I'm entitled to spend it as I see fit. As I work for
Oh.
the railroad, so here you are. Yes.
Oh,
I have a lovely tincture here for you, and also a bottle of cocaine. It's in 5 milligram tablets, and you want to crush it up and put it under your tongue. Yeah, and that'll really help with whatever is ailing you. You can even mix it into a little bit of soda water. It's fantastic. It's good for everything. It's good for headaches, hysteria, and also a lethargy. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. I'm
well,
going to leave
I
that
don't
right
know if
here
we
for
have
you.
that. Why, thank you very much, Doctor. I appreciate you.
Oh, I can also get a
Absolutely.
bottle of
So-
your either whiskey or brandy. What do you have lying around?
You're gonna have to talk to Frank about that one. I don't know.
Frank. I thought it was Tom.
Frank Anderson is the.
Oh, Frank.
Tom Anderson, I had written down as the barman at the end as well. Unless we have crossed over into a different parallel dimension, and then
We
that
have
would, I
indeed.
would accept it. Oh, all right. It's Frank. It's
NPCs
Frank,
are
all
all the
right.
same.
You know what? You know what? Tom is my first name. Frank is my second name. Sometimes they call me Tom Frank.
His
Or
confirmation
Frank and
name.
Tom.
Yes.
Frank and Tom.
That makes
It's
sense.
Ernst
That makes sense. Yeah.
Universe.
Yes. You got a high proof whiskey.
Yeah. Oh, we have,
Buy a bottle of that off you.
we get it from our friends up in the north from Canada.
Ooh.
They bring it down for us. So
Excellent. As long as it's a high proof, I'm thinking multi-purpose. So excellent. Thank you.
would just the one bottle there?
We'll take
let's make it
at
2 to be
least
safe.
2, yeah.
That's smart.
You know, I always
smart thinking there.
say more is more. So I'm very fond of more.
All right.
Okay.
There you
All
go.
right. So you can assume, because it's going to be about 25 miles on foot, that it will take you about a day and a half to get there. The roads
And you have no horses or anything that we could
They
be
have one.
riding.
we have the mule.
The mule,
Yep, we
but
have that
there's
mule. And
no other horses within near area that we
you
can.
know, not that I know of, not that we could get up here quickly. It might just be faster for you to take your feet and walk yourselves up there. So
Well, I was planning on doing some hunting, and so conveniently, I've got a small tent in my. But I need some poles. I'm in my rummage through your shed for some wood for that, if you don't mind.
just go
All
on
right.
and help yourselves there. Whatever you find in there,
All
you're
right.
more than welcome to it.
A little trench lighter, some poles, and we've got this, and maybe a couple of blankets. All right, I've got my pack. I'll just put a bunch of these things in there.
And Lady Maggie, what would you like to be doing?
Well, I will say that she's been sitting down at the bar quietly eating her breakfast, watching everyone move around as though they were very busy little bees, and she's appreciative of all the people taking initiative, and she'll shout out, if there's anything that you would need me to do additionally, I'm certainly here at your disposal. I would love to assist in making this go a little quicker in any way possible. I'm a woman of action, and prepping is someone else's job.
Okie dokie. Cool. So do you all feel pretty well kitted out?
I've got enough for me, and enough to ride.
And I have my doctor's bag and a quick knapsack as well, and
I
I
have
grabbed
my
a crossbow.
Yeah, I have my rifle and a backpack and a pistol and a knife. And say, Henry, sir, would you think this is a machete kind of deal?
We're going up a road. I don't know that we need to hack a path through the forest.
Right,
but,
I don't think so
if you like, I
either.
could take I could take it for you and put it with my
I mean,
fingers.
I certainly can. I can certainly carry my own pack, but I do appreciate your
Oh,
generosity.
very well.
I'll carry it. I'll carry it for you. I'm a rather stout lad myself. I could do it.
Really, I don't
All
mind.
right.
I don't
All
mind.
right. That's fine. All
I was
right.
planning on going backcountry hunting, so I'm fairly well suited.
I will say I'm less suited to the backcountry hunting. I'm more of a horseback hunter. The kind of
some fox
person,
hunting.
so- Yes.
Oh, I haven't done that.
Oh, you're one of
About a year
those.
and a
Oh,
half.
all right. Yeah.
Oh yes, and this pedestrian lifestyle is exciting, I must say. But and I'm game for it, so this is a bit of an adventure. I'm really
outdoor
excited
activity
to-
does one good.
Oh yes.
All right. So it is about like mid-morning. So let's say almost 10.
Oh, well, we should get going then.
Yeah.
Oh, certainly. Waste no time.
Mr. Anderson, we just go up this road and it does not go anywhere else, deviate anywhere else, goes right into the Braybrooks.
Well, yeah, you're gonna go straight down, straight up this road right here, and there is going to be a little bit of a fork in the road, about 10 miles down. And then so it's gonna be a one big road, and then a smaller road off to the left.
Take the small road to the left then.
Take the small road, and the road that goes up to the left, it can be a little hairy sometimes. So, just make sure you're.
So, I will bring the machete. How lovely.
Well, it's well maintained. The Braybrookes
yeah.
make sure that it's clear, but it's smaller. It might be a little more rocky. It might be a little bit more slow going than the main road that you're going to be going down. Just to let you know.
All right.
Okay.
I got my camp axe, so we can cut some firewood tonight. It'll be fine.
Just make sure you just be safe up there. There is wild animals. You got bears. You got them wolves. You got moose. Got to be careful about those moose.
There are moose.
There are moose indeed. Yep. So
I've been wanting to bag a moose my whole life. Oh, fantastic.
Just be careful out there. Okay.
Oh yes, of course.
All right. So you head off into the mountain wilds of Vermont. Yeah. Bag of whiskey indeed. Alrighty. So I would say, you are going along at a fairly decent adagio, as you will. So, walking pace. And it does take about, I would say, a couple 3 hours to get to the fork. And you get to the fork.
And we do have
as
provisions
you do,
that we had packed to verify.
Yep. It is beautiful weather. The sun is shining. The trees are brilliant shoots of scarlet, yellow, deep burnt umbers. The birds are singing. It's a fairly pleasant trek. The road is, as Mr. Anderson said, fairly well worn, so it is pretty smooth. It's not paved, but it's a decently traveled dirt road. So it's not like you're, trudging. There are, I would say, patches of puddles, mud from the rain that happened, but they're easily traversable, and you just have to kind of walk around them a little bit. And,
I want to take a look around when we get to the fork and see how frequent people go up that small road there.
Okay. Let's say, you can roll your outdoorsman for that.
That's my side trait. I'll roll that. Not very good. 7.
It's a road, and people have been on it at some point.
No. The rain sort of has obliterated all easy signs to see how often this has been traveled. I would assume that if I were to dig around enough, I could find Willem's tracks here at some point. But we know he came from that way, so I suppose we should just keep on going then.
And that we know this is the way we wish to go. So
Maggie and Hamish, do you want to do the same?
Certainly.
I will actually. Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
All right.
11.
11. What did you roll, Maggie? Did you roll
2
three?
dice.
Two dice? Oh, sure. Okay. With an 11, you can see that you would say that this road gets traveled maybe every couple of weeks. But you don't see any signs of it being used recently.
Okay. Not
And
even. Yeah. Okay. So I would not be able to see if this person passed by.
nope, there are tracks, but they don't look particularly like wagon track, like a maybe a push cart track or maybe horses hooves, like things that you can see. It is not recently disturbed, but it is clear that people use this.
I do suspect that the individual in the inn, whose name I cannot quite promptly remember,
Willem.
is
Willem
Willem.
Johnson.
That's it. Didn't come this way. He probably did a beeline through the woods with all the scratches that he had on it.
Oh, so. My wife has been telling me I should get some glasses at some point. Maybe she's not wrong.
Well, he's pretty good.
Doc, what you got?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want me to roll just 2d6, or do you think one of my side traits would work for this?
How closely are you looking?
Just kind of generally. Just
Then
giving
two.
it.
We'll
Two,
do
very
two.
good. Oh, all right. 10. Yeah.
Same thing.
All right, very good.
It has been used. Yeah, but there's no signs of any distress or any usage recently. At least not in the last couple of weeks.
All right.
Yeah.
Curiouser and curiouser. Who goes up here?
All right. So you're heading up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that once it starts, we start to see that the sun is getting behind the mountains. We should probably find a nice dry spot to set up the tent and get ready for the evening.
I would say you get about like maybe another 5 miles before you should
All right, so we're about 10 miles away then total.
Yeah.
Wait, that we have traveled 10 miles, or that
We traveled 15.
15.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And it was a bit more slow going on the track. Like Mr. Anderson said, it is a little bit more rocky. It's a little bit muddier. Just for nature of it doesn't get used as often as the main road, and it does have a little bit of an incline, but not. It's not like you're not going up the mountain yet. It's just a little bit of a slope, more foothilly than anything else.
All right, I concur then.
Yep, and you come up to a little bit of a knoll, let's say.
Coward.
I would say, mud and murder aside, it's really quite a lovely land here.
Oh, I love being out here in nature. It's so delightful.
Oh, it's
So
lovely.
what do you do when you get to the knoll?
Let's take a look around, see if it's going to be dry, stable ground for us to be upon.
I would also like to check to see if it's on any animal trails.
Okay.
Verify if it's a frequent path of critters.
Henry, roll me your outdoorsman.
All right, we'll take a look around. I'm going to use one of my. I have so many helps. I might as well use one. I mean, I have two. I'll use one just because.
Sure.
I'm very glad I did that. One can go away, and a 9 is what I'm left with.
Delightful. Yeah, you find some decently flat, decently dry bit of earth underneath a copse of trees.
The corpse of trees.
Corpse of trees. And what were you wanting to find out, Lady Margaret?
If there were, if we were on any kind of animal path, what critters frequent this glen, this copse?
Sure. Roll me 3D.
Oh, okay, very well. and then take the top 2. Correct?
Are you using a help?
No. So it is
No, you
all 3.
you can just roll 3. Yep.
Oh, excellent.
One of your side traits.
Then that is 12.
12. Yeah, you can tell that deer come through here. There's obviously like maybe a rabbit warren that you could see off in the distance. Like clearly this is there are animals here, but there's nothing specific. It's just sort of woodlandy.
Okay. No bears.
Not that you can tell.
No major large predators.
No major large predators that you can see.
Very well. All right. And I will
Dr.
point out the rabbit warren and the deer path
Great.
to my party members.
Oh, look
If
at
we would like
that.
some hot food tonight.
Oh, well, if you want, I can set up a couple snares for some rabbits.
Certainly. Mhm.
All
And I can get started on a fire.
Very good.
Oh, lovely.
Do you chop wood and gather kindling and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Watson, what you doing?
Oh, I'm looking at some of these plants and seeing if I can suss out if any of them have any good medicinal properties. And I pull up my notebook and I just start writing down some thoughts about our adventure thus far, and if I could maybe even turn it into a good story that I could submit to the magazine.
Okay. Very, very cool. So you do all of the tent pitching and fire building. Everybody roll me 2d6.
Yeah.
Oh,
5.
not great. 7.
7.
Okay. Doc, you don't nothing. You're just chilling. You're having your time with your notebook, oblivious to the world.
Fantastic.
Maggie and Henry, you begin to notice that the air has become a little stale. And it feels as though the trees are getting closer. You begin to feel sort of an encroachment, perhaps it feels a bit claustrophobic, and you can't exactly say what it is or why you're feeling this way, but there is an unease about this forest as the sun goes down.
Do you feel that, Henry?
I do.
What is that? I don't recall feeling this in the last time I was out in these woods.
No, it's stifling, and that's odd. Should be nice, fresh, crisp, autumnal air. I mean, clearly, I'm not getting that here, are we?
And I look up at the sky. What does the cloud cover look like?
It has become gray. But it's actually kind of hard to tell at the moment because the sun is completely it has gone into full twilight at this point. So you look up and it's just kind of
is it a gray
dark,
or a
deep gunpowder gray?
Yeah.
No stars.
No stars. So where did this cloud cover come from? Wasn't it a crisp, clear day earlier? Was it?
Well, I mean,
Henry.
Nice.
Would you roll me 3d6, please?
I would love to. And I have. A 9.
One of your snares managed to catch a rabbit.
Well,
the other one failed.
That's all right. We'll have supplement our little rations here with a little bit of cooked rabbit.
How would you like to cook it?
Well, we were going to build. Maggie was building us a fire.
Yes.
Spit that little fellow.
You like a spit or a stew with the water and the whiskey.
Did you bring a pot?
No?
Then spit it is.
Spit it is. Quite lovely.
All right. So you all
But I think you can spare a tipple. Here you are.
snuggle in for a nice bit of roasted rabbit with some bread and cheese.
I can certainly dress it. No troubles there.
I'm going to keep my hunting rifle close at hand just in case we inspire any wolves or bears in the area to come on down. But,
And I was going to keep my my pistol loose, not
Did you
firmly.
plan on having you're going to do any kind of watch, or are you
oh yes, absolutely. I was
Okay.
waiting till we were done eating until we
yes,
broached that
okay.
subject. But as we are dining, and I would suggest that we take turns, one of us staying up at wild animals and keep the fire going, just so that we stay a little warm.
Concur.
all right.
Also, there's really
I'm a
only room,
night owl.
there's really only room for 2 in the tent at a time. To be honest.
Yeah. I'm happy to take the first walk around because I'm lost a bit in my words right now, and I can't have a bit of writer's block.
Well, I'll take the middle one. That way you can get uninterrupted sleep, Maggie. And I'm used to odd hours, so I'll take the middle. Doctor,
All of my hours are odd, good sir.
Doctor, if you could just wake me at some point after midnight, and I'll take over for a little while.
Absolutely. All right. You sleep well, Mr. Forsyth, Lady Darkwood.
Maggie, please, I'm a happily married man, but share we must. So here we are.
Oh yes, I will try to restrain myself. I assure you.
I trust in your propriety.
All right.
All right.
I get my
Darkwood.
crossbow
Fantastic.
and I notch it, and just in case there's any and then what was that?
An odd little man crossbow in this Danny.
I think it's a mite bit more interesting to shoot than a rifle. Come on, requires a bit of skill.
I find
requires a bit of skill. Come on.
Now, well, my crossbow hangs on the wall right back over there. So
yeah. Well, there is that.
Literally
There
right
it is.
there.
Well, yeah.
I have an
There's literally another one right here.
Double crossbows.
So there we go. Like this is a small handheld one, and this is the large. So, so like we're just nerding out here, aren't we? So, yep. So it's all notched up, and I got a little cup of water here, and I'm just sipping my water, keeping the fire going, and on the lookout for any beasties or anyone else who would be up there.
Delightful. Would you roll me 2d6, please?
2d6,
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 9.
Delightful. Your watch passes with no event.
All right. I will go with.
Oh, before we do, roll me 3.
Roll you 3. All right. Under what category am I rolling here?
I would say probably one of a novelist. Just you tend to be a little observant. You're observant when you're noveling. I don't know.
I would like to then use a help on this one.
Okay.
All right. Very good.
This is the current help total about to change.
Mm-hmm. Thank you again, Sir David Percival.
All right. 17.
Fantastic. You too begin to notice the stifling claustrophobia that is happening in this wood. It feels like the trees are getting closer, and now it's starting to make really strange sounds, like creaky and rustly, and like sometimes you'll hear it. It sounds as if something is falling from a great height onto the forest floor.
I know.
Creaky and rustly, like there's someone or something there.
You can't really tell, but it's just on the verge of, is this normal wood sounds or is this something extra? Or are you just being paranoid? You can't really tell.
We
Yeah.
are such frightful little creatures, aren't we? Oh, all right. Well, a little after midnight, I'll go to the tent and shake Mr. Forsyth's foot. Mr. Forsyth, it's just me.
I see.
It's just me, Dr. Hamish.
Well, get to the bed clothes while they're still warm. There, the
All
blankets are
right,
still warm.
thank
Go
you.
ahead and,
Here, take the crossbow with you.
I have this, and I pull out the hunting rifle.
Yeah, no, fine. No, it's knock yourself out.
Well, I hope not to be honest.
That's a good lad.
All right. I'm going to get the lantern going as well, but I'm going to have it on because it's a mantle. I can have it on very low, just barely glowing. So I'm going to have that next to me. So if I need to turn it on suddenly.
Delightful. You do notice that you should probably stoke the fire a little bit.
All right. Well, after I've got the lantern going and ready, and my trusty rifle next to me, I will get that not too stoked, but a little bit.
Do you have a name for your rifle?
Yes.
Period.
Okay.
Is it-
So,
He's a taciturn man. I like it.
mhm. All right. So, Henry, you set up for the few hours that you're going to be out here.
Yes.
Again, you notice that dis-ease, that just
Don't
something
like it.
doesn't sit right. And you've been out in the woods a lot. Like
Yes.
you are well, but again, the sounds and the feelings, you're having difficulty. It's just on the edge of, should I be worried?
I'm going to make sure that I'm within an easy lunge distance of the tent to wake them if I need to.
Excellent. All right. Would you?
I would try to also make sure I have a good bearing on the way back to the road should we need to get there in a hurry.
Excellent. You notice it's to the northeast of you.
The road is. All right.
Yes.
Very good.
There we go.
And where are the sounds coming from? Can I just discern that?
All around,
Including the northeast?
including the northeast. It's well, when you're in the woods, sometimes it's difficult to discern exactly where a sound is
yeah.
coming from.
Echoes bounce
So-
all over the place. Oh, yeah.
Mhm. It's hard to tell. Sometimes they come from the northeast, sometimes they come from the southwest. You can't really tell.
Am I hearing normal bird sounds at this point?
No.
Oh.
Night bugs.
Normally there's crickets, anything like that.
No.
All right, that's bloody weird.
It's also cold.
Yes, it is, but colder than it should be.
No. But, just keep that in mind for bug stuff.
I know the crickets go on until November.
Fair enough.
I can take you outside right now because they will not shut up in my neighborhood.
Fair enough. Would you roll me 2d6, please?
All right. This is not a skill. This is just a random.
Just a random.
Then I won't bother wasting a help. 9.
Your watch passes without event, except for you just having the heebie-jeebies.
All right.
Just heebie-jeebied up.
I will wake up Maggie quietly. Maggie.
Yes.
Maggie, there is something odd going on in the forest. I can't quite put my finger on it. I think you felt it as well. I think even Dr. Watson there has noticed it. And he's more of a city fellow. Let me with your permission, I'll stay up with you for the first hour to give it a little bit of overlap. I mean, we're probably about 3 or 4 hours from dawn, and I wouldn't be of mind spending a little extra time awake with you. I'm concerned.
I do appreciate your concern.
All right.
I certainly would not be amiss to the company. I would love
All
to
right,
hear
Maggie?
some stories.
How would you like to set up your watch?
I would like to have my pistol, make sure the fire is at appropriate level.
Mhm.
Do a lap, like a walk around the camp perimeter.
I'll get the fire going when you do that. Yes.
Okay. But with the light behind me, and I look that way, so I'm not blinded. I recognize that if there's anything in the woods, I am silhouetting myself. However, it is better than the alternative.
Alrighty. Yeah, so you sit, you notice the sounds, the creaking, just you can't put your finger on it, but something is just
What does the smell?
it is damp. It has that earthy, woodsy, nutty smell.
Not a
of
bad smell.
Not a bad smell, but just decaying leaves and moss and damp. The smells are pretty typical of a wood.
Okay.
But yeah. So the first hour passes. Henry?
Do you think you're all right?
Oh, I'm certainly all right. We've done the perimeter sweep. It is disconcerting, but I would very much prefer for you to be closer to well rested. Well, maybe
All
not
right.
well, but not
Very good. I'm here. I've got my rifle right next to me, and it's ready to go. It's a
Rest assured, I will raise an alarm should it be
indeed. It's
needed.
I'll just take a nap then, I suppose.
Yeah, a little nap there. Just close your eyes.
Okay.
I murdered them in their sleep. No, I can't. Not about it.
Okay. So do you change anything about the nature of your watch, Maggie? Where do you post up?
I will post up very close to the tent, between the tent and the fire.
All right. I'm just gonna make a real quick roll here.
I'm sure it means nothing.
Oh, Maggie.
I knew it.
Maggie.
I knew it.
You will you
Min.
roll me? Will you roll me? Yeah, go ahead and roll me 3d6.
Oh, I get 3. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, that would be 9, which is quite a crap roll for 3d6.
Yep, that is a crap roll. Yeah, so you hear a very distinct rustling to the southeast of you, direct opposite of the road, I think, if I remember correctly.
It was northeast was the road.
Okay, great. So you hear
Southwest.
a very distinct rustling and then a very low growl, deep and
I will,
guttural and
animal.
very.
Okay, I will.
And all of a sudden, it lets out a long, haunting howl.
Very well. I'm pretty sure that if Henry slept through that, I would like to poke him awake, keeping an eye on the situation.
You
Kicking
hear
the-
another howl. Answer
From
it.
another
Direction. Opposite. Maybe near the road.
Okay, I will certainly wake my companions.
Is everyone awake?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm
It
pretty
does sound like
sure.
wolves.
You
Well,
hear
yeah.
a third
3
howl.
wolves. They're getting closer.
And they are surrounding you. And roll for initiative, please.
Oh,
well.
How does one roll for
blasted.
initiative?
Roll for
2 dice?
initiative.
1 die?
It depends
Uh,
upon your stat. What stat you think would be appropriate? I'm a
I
hunter,
I'm
will-
already
so
awake.
I would roll 3.
Okay.
oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
14.
Okay.
Not terrible.
Yeah. And I was thinking that. Once I got them awake, I will howl as well.
Alrighty. So, what are your Maggie? What was your
14.
14? Fantastic. Watson,
Oh, 9.
9, and Mr. Forsyth,
I also rolled a 14.
14. Fantastic. Since Maggie is outside of the tent already, she goes first.
I point the pistol in the direction of the first howl
Okay.
and fire.
Would you roll me 3d6, please?
That could have been worse, but not much. That would be 6 on 3 dice.
You fire into the darkness.
Right. The goal was, I believe, to startle.
Scare
If
them.
they're regular animals, they might
Right.
be startled.
You attack the darkness.
I did. And I do yell. I do make a lot of aggressive growling, howling noise. Ah! Very primal.
It is returned with another growl.
Mm.
But same general direction, but not where you shot. Mr. Forsyth, what do you do?
I scramble out of the tent. I make sure that my trusty Savage 99 is ready. It's a lever action rifle. Just introduced this year. And I nothing but the best. And I back up against a larger tree so that I've got something behind me, and I'm just going to sort of scan and keep an eye out for anything that comes ready to fire if that should occur.
In which direction are you placing yourself? A cardinal. Give me a cardinal direction.
Yes, please. I'm going to be facing the sounds first came from the southwest. Is that correct?
Correct.
But now they're coming from all around.
Just all around. And so the 3 pinpoints that you can. So we have southwest, southeast, northeast, and probably, let's say, southwest.
All right, I'm going to position myself to fire out to the northeast because that's the direction of our road, and I want our escape route clear.
Okay, so you are against a tree facing northeast.
Correct.
Okay.
I would guess that would probably put the fire on the other side of the tree for me, so it's going to be a little dark.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully I'll see them coming from the light of the fire.
Yeah. Alrighty. So the first wolf it comes into the light of the fire. And it is the wolf that was closest to Lady Margaret. So it was the first wolf that you heard coming from the north. What did I say? Northwest, I think. Yeah. And it's going to lunge at you.
Oh, lovely.
You should roll 3d6, please.
Can I take one of my little helps?
Absolutely.
Oh, good. Oh, crap. 10?
It lunges at you and it swipes with its claws across your shoulder, cutting you across and doing 2 points of damage. So take 2 points.
And how many hit points are we getting to start here?
So Lady Margaret, you have 18 to start. Dr. Hamish, you have 18 to start as well. And Henry, you have 24.
Thank you very much.
So now, Lady Forsyth, you are at 16. Doc, you're up.
Oh, all right. I knocked the crossbow while I was getting up out of the tent, and I come out. Do I have time to get any further than the tent, or no?
I would say you have time to get out of the tent, knock, and you can aim if you would like.
All right, I would like to aim at the nearest wolf to me, please.
The only wolf that you can see at the moment is the one that has just swung at Lady Margaret.
In that case, I will aim. I will take careful aim at that one.
Fantastic. Alrighty. So the second wolf emerges from the darkness coming from the southeast. And it sees you, Henry, and is gonna swipe at you.
Very well. I will use a help to evade it.
Fantastic. I'm gonna use a help as well, I think. Yep.
I'm gonna try to roll out of the way. Glad I used that help. That gets rid of that one. 12.
Ooh. So I also rolled a 12. So the wolf lunges at you and snaps its jaws at your arm, but you manage to move out of the way just in time for it to miss.
Yeah.
However, you have lost aim.
Well, I didn't have anything to aim at anyway. So
Yeah, fair.
I was just waiting
okay.
to see what I could see to shoot.
Fantastic.
I now have something to shoot. That's for damn sure.
Excellent. And the third wolf comes out from the northwest and is going to go at you, Dr. Hamish.
All right.
Oh.
Alrighty. It lunges at you.
All right. Very good. And how many do you want me to roll to potentially evade?
3.
3. Very good. Oh, very nice. I got 12.
12. So this wolf is clearly the moon of the litter, and I rolled horribly. I rolled a 4. So as it tries to lunge at you, it gets a little caught in the underbrush and just beats it. Kind of just flops. You know, have you ever seen a dog try to like lunge and then it just doesn't? That's what happens.
Do I have the opportunity while I'm evading to just bring my crossbow around and fire back at it?
Do you want to stop aiming at the wolf that is attacking Lady Margaret?
Yeah, because this one was just coming at me, so I think I would kind of take a precedent of the attention span.
Okay, then yeah, you can swing your bow around, but it's not going to be a direct aim.
All right, very good.
All right, Mags, what do you want to do?
Well, I have a wolf that is currently attached to me. I will take the pistol, place the end on his head, and fire.
Well, so your wolf swiped at you with, so it's hasn't like grabbed you. You're not grappled. It just swiped.
Gotcha. But it's still very, very close, and I'd like to shoot it
Very
in murder,
close.
please.
Okay.
I will take an assist.
Fantastic. Can we get the most recent? Give me 1 second.
Yes.
Believe that this is the most recent.
Okay, that's slightly better. Oh yes, that's way better. That's a 5.
What did you?
9, 13.
You clip it on its side. It yelps and jumps back, but is not quite hindered.
And she will say, "Yeah!" Like very aggressive yell at the wolf, and
the wolf just right back. All right, Henry, it is your turn.
Well, you look very good on the floor in front of my fireplace. I jam the barrel as close to its mouth as I can. I pull the trigger, and I'm using 2 helps.
2 helps.
I want this
I
thing
could've done that.
dead.
Yeah.
I will use a help as well.
Oh,
All right.
bitch.
I'm rolling
I
5
forgot
dice
that.
and taking the highest 3.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, 6s. I appreciate you. 17.
I rolled a 16. So you managed to get it into the wolf's mouth, but the way the mouth he's snapping and it glances on its jaw. So it kind of takes out a little bit of the side of his face, but he is still up and alive and has claws still. Might not be able to ang so much, but takes some damage, but is still, a wolf.
And as this is a lever action rifle, I will immediately rack another round.
Fantastic. Alrighty,
As London Fog said in the comments, dang Henry, that was almost really cool.
Almost.
Almost. Very close.
Dang
Okay. So the wolf that is closest to Lady Margaret is wounded and sort of now on 3 legs, because you got it in its shoulder, is now going to take a bite or try to kind of lunge and grab on.
So I
So
roll
roll me
3
3D,
dice
please.
now?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's better. That is 11. Wait,
Yep.
yeah.
It is off balance and clearly hurts and is not doing so good and snaps at you. Maybe gets like a bit of your, clothing, but doesn't actually attach.
Puffy sleeves.
All right. Moon is. Yep. No, sorry. Doc is up next.
All right, I have turned it to bear on Moon and a fire at Moon.
Mhm.
Moon, you're gonna hear the rocks.
All right. Roll me, please. 3D.
All right, very good. Oh, Moon, you're in a world of hurt. You got 16.
Ooh. I also got 16.
Oh, son of a
Tie goes to the
biscuit.
runner.
High goes, yes. So you do manage to shoot Moon, and the bolt goes through his tail, and he yelps and is hurt, and he doesn't
Yeah.
want you.
All right,
But
run, Moon.
Is
Run.
still Moon. All right. So wolf number 2, who is Moon, is startled, looks at his tail, looks back at you, and is going to take a swipe.
Lovely.
Roll 3D, please.
Oh, crap. All right, 6.
Yeah, Moon manages to take a big chunk out of your calf. Just
Moon, come on, I'm a doctor. Don't do that
and
to
you
me.
take 2 points of damage.
Thank you very much.
So now you are at 16. Boop. All right. And now the wolf without a jaw is going to take a swipe at you, Henry.
I will use a help.
Fantastic.
I have them. I should use them.
Yes.
Yeah, I should have done that in the last one. That's what I should have done. Seriously.
12.
Swings wide. Again, hurting, not doing so great, and just you feel it brush past you, and you are glad that you weren't exactly in the place that claw was. All right, so we're back at the top of the order. Maggie, what do you want to do?
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Let's go.
Shot him down. I would like to very much finish this wolf.
Excellent.
1,
I'm
2,
going to take a
3.
help on this as well.
Yeah, maybe I will too, just to make
all
sure that oh, yes. 12.
Fantastic. You shoot, it goes wide.
Can I kick him?
Nope. I rolled a 14 out of that, and yeah.
I got 3 4s, and I thought that would be a good roll. I thought that would
That's
be
close. All right, Henry.
I will use a help and shoot this this bitch.
I
Oh,
believe I'm now down a help. So, but I'm not
This is
going to
my
use.
this was my last one. I'm using.
All right.
Didn't need it, but there it happened anyway. 17.
Fantastic. And you're using your rifle.
Oh yes.
With
very
that,
yes.
that final cock of your rifle, you fire and just obliterate this wolf. Its jaw was already hanging off, and you get it right between the eyes, and its head explodes. And there's
Oh, that's gonna ruin the pouch. Oh well.
yep, there's brains everywhere and wolf viscera, and it flops down and is no longer alive. So
No. I rack another round immediately in turn.
fantastic. Alrighty.
I have 6. I now have 4 left.
Fantastic. So the wolf that is closest to Maggie is going to once again try to ang you, because it is down a paw. Go ahead and roll me 3D.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna roll the nice stuff. Oh yes, that is 16.
It lunges at you and catches onto the sleeve of your coat and won't let go. No damage, but it is attached to you now.
Well, that gives me the opportunity to bust a cap into the skull of this lovely little wolf.
Indeed. Alrighty. Dr. Hamish, what you gonna do?
all right. So the wolf has taken a swipe at me. I haven't had time to re-knock another bolt into the crossbow, so I turn it because it also makes a very fine club, and I go to bash it in the face.
Alrighty. Roll a 3.
I'm going to use a help on this one.
Sure. Help Maggie. Marriage is
It's true.
17.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
All right.
You
Yeah.
make contact with Moon's temple. It makes a thuddening crack sound. Moon yelps and collapses, but is not yet dead.
Oh,
Bad Moon, down. Go listen to the rocks.
All right. So it is Moon's turn. And Moon.
Yeah, run, Moon. That's what you go. Get out of here.
Moon is yelping and does no more.
Good. Stay.
All right. So now it's back to Maggie. What do you want to do?
okay. So this wolf is biting my sleeve. I'll take my sleeve and pull it up, put the gun right to the head of this wolf, barrel butt up against him, pull the trigger, and see what happens.
Now, mind you, have you ever had an animal attached to your sleeve?
Yes, I have.
All right. This
They're
animal
doing
is...
this. They're doing this. But like, if I can keep, its mobility is limited. Is really what it's doing to itself.
Considering it is has less shoulder mobility, but it is still quite strong. So for this one, I'm gonna have you roll. You know what? No, roll 3D. Roll 3d6.
And I will take a help because I would like very much to see what happens when I pull the trigger, and because I'm rolling badly at odd times. Yes, I have seen the size of wolves. They are.
I'm gonna use a help as well.
Oh. Okay, so let's see here. That's 10. Oh, 15.
He is going like this so much that you just can't quite get the right. You can't make contact, and your shot goes wide.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Can I punch it?
No, you can't punch it. You can punch it next turn, but not this turn. Yes.
So wait, that was
All
1,
right.
2, 3. How many bullets?
That
3
was
rounds?
3. That's 3 rounds so
Okay.
far. Alrighty.
2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. All right, Henry. You have dealt with your wolf. Now, what would you like?
All
to
right,
do?
and so I'm turning around. I'm seeing that there is a wolf collapsed and whimpering at Dr. Watson's feet,
Yes.
and one is attached to Maggie's arm.
Going.
I will try
Sorry,
to aim at its
could you say that again,
body.
please? That's what I thought you said.
Yeah.
I will attempt to take a measured shot at its body.
Okay.
So I'm giving her a little bit of a wide berth.
All right.
And I'm going to certainly use a help.
Fantastic. I'm going to use my last help.
You know what? I want to make sure I don't hit Maggie. I'm going to use 2 of my helps. My last 2.
Okay.
People keep giving them to me. I might as well use them.
Yeah.
Indeed.
It'd be a shame if Maggie were to die here. Well, there are 2 ones that I can get rid of. Thank goodness I did that.
Yeah, I'm rolling a lot of ones. That was
Even
not
so,
fun.
still okay. 12.
You managed to shoot it in the haunch.
All right, that's a start.
It's still alive, but it does let go of Maggie.
I immediately chamber another round with a lever action.
Fantastic. Great. All right. So now it is the wolf's turn. And it is once again gonna it is
Coming at
not
me.
Moon. It is like still attacking you. It does not care that it is injured at all. It's going to once again try to latch on to you, Mags.
So I rolled a 3.
Roll me a 3d6.
That's 10. Not great.
It makes contact with your forearm and bites down.
Oh, I should have used a help. It's too late, isn't it?
You take 1 point of damage.
Oh, that's not bad.
But it is attached to you.
That's fun.
Going.
That is fun.
Or more like, ah. Okay. Doc.
As much as it grieves me because it's lying there on the ground a bit helpless, I notch I notch the next bolt. Aim it down at Moon's head and pop it.
It goes straight through Moon's head, and the beast whimpers no more.
Good night, Moon.
Good night, Moon. Alrighty. Now it is back to Maggie.
All right. I will
So you
take
have
2
a
helps.
gravely injured but still fighting wolf attached to your arm.
I'm going to use the determination of 2 assists because that is a thing that I now realize that I can do.
Yeah, they're very helpful. Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I thought I could only use 1 at a time, but
Oh, all right.
You still can only take your maximum amount that you would normally be allowed to,
Right,
but it
yeah.
gives you the extra rerolls. Yes.
yes,
Yep.
exactly. What is that? That is a 6 and a 3. So that's 12, 15.
Fantastic. You pull the trigger and it makes contact with shoots it right through the eyeball, and just the exit wound sprays through the back, and the beast goes limp and detaches from your arm, and we are now out of combat.
Well, she will shout anyone else would like a piece of this?
Does anyone hurt?
Oh, yes, a little bit.
All right.
She's holding her arm.
Come on
Oh,
over
my dear.
here.
While the doctor is attending, I will be making sure no one else is coming.
All right.
Sort of standing guard. If it seems quiet enough, I will reload the chamber so I'm back to my 6 again.
Yeah.
Delightful. So Doc, are you tending to your own wound first, or are you going?
No,
to
I'm going to attend to Maggie first.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I just got hit in the calf. I'll be able to manage that. Just limp a little bit.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take care of Maggie here. She's bleeding from a couple of spots here.
So once again, she has 4 claw marks across her
All right.
shoulder up here, and a few bite marks that are fairly deep, but not. It doesn't. Well, roll me your doctor.
All
Roll me
right,
your
I get to
doctor,
all
doctor.
4, and I'm gonna roll a 5th because I have some lovely helps. Thank you, thank you, Patreons and other viewers. Thank you. Rolling all 5. All right, I needed that. Holy sweet baby, Jesus. 20. I have.
Fantastic. So you take a look. Which wound would you like to take a look of first?
I'm looking at the one with more blood coming out of it first.
So that would
out of
be
her
out of the shoulder. So 2 of the gashes need stitches. The other 2 seem to be from the other. The outer claws are not as deep, but definitely you should probably clean them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
If only someone brought high-proof whiskey in order to do
Ah.
exactly that.
And I will be taking like one for you.
And
me.
well, we're not quite at battlefield medicine levels yet. Please, I am a doctor, and I reach down into my bag and I pull out medicinal alcohol. Just like, all right, come on, hello, come on here.
Delightful.
And before I start treating on her shoulder, I also want to look at her arm wound as well.
They are. Yeah, so it's
Do you want me to roll for that again, or no?
No, you're fine. That's a So they are puncture wounds. They don't really need a stitch, but they are deep. And
we're gonna clean those out. Let's
Luckily-
hope. Oh no! Please, you.
We just look. No tendons have been severed.
Oh,
no major. It just looks like it got a big chunk of flesh, which is nice.
Hopefully, they didn't pass on any lycanthropy to you. All right, yeah. All
what
right.
about
So,
you, good sir?
A doctor tends to the worst patient first. I'm triaging right now. That's you. I'll work on me in a bit. All right. So
blessed.
first, all right, let's get you into the light here so I can clean you up. So, all right. So we move over next to the fire, and Mr. Forsyth, if you wouldn't mind holding this lantern aloft, so we can get a bit of a better light.
Yes, give me just a moment, and I double check and make sure that the 3 wolves are in fact dead.
Double tap.
They're dead. They're very dead.
All right.
Extra dead. Never been more dead.
Hold up the light. I'm still surveying the surrounding and listening, seeing if anything else is coming out.
You know what? Roll me 3d6.
10.
Yeah. Other than the same kind of claustrophobia, it is settling around you again. There is nothing.
All right. All right. So, if Mr. Forsyth, if you could hold that lantern there.
Yes, indeed, of course.
All right, very good. I take my alcohol, put it onto it's basically first. All right, Lady Darkwood, I want you first to take a swig of some whiskey.
I'm happy to oblige.
Very good. And now I want you to bite down, and I pull out a tongue depressor, and I want you to bite down on this. I want you to bear down. This is gonna hurt. All right. 3, 2, 1. pouring the alcohol all over the wounds, and then using clean cloth to dab it up. All right. Now, for the shallower ones, I'm going to go over them again just to make sure that we get any infection out. Another bit of alcohol over that. Put in bandage with tape, medical tape over that. Now, all right, we're going to go into the other ones. Since they are deeper, I want to make sure there's nothing inside of it.
Other
Alright.
than the bones, yeah, right.
Other than
certainly.
bone and other than what's supposed to be there. All right. Again, this is gonna hurt. All right. Do you want to take another? Another
Yes.
dram? All right. Yeah. Here you go. One for you, and one for me. Haha. No. I'm not doing that. All right. All right. And do I see anything else? Do I see any sign of anything in there? Any detritus?
Nope.
All right. Very
clean.
good. All right. I pull
Little
out
lichens running around in the wound, any of that?
tiny little baby wolves. All right. I pull out the needle and thread, and I just start
Oh,
stitching her up.
I was always shit at sewing.
Roll me a doctor.
All right. I will roll a doctor with a help again.
Sure.
Come on, big money. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Oh, no whammies. Yahtzee. All fives. So so 20
That is
for
the
this case. But I literally rolled a Yahtzee of all fives.
Amazing. So yes, you stitch Lady Margaret up, and your stitches are very small and clean and very dainty.
Well, mother taught me well.
You're
All
a
right,
better
I-
seamstress than I am.
Oh, don't I know it, love? All right, so I put bandaging over that, and now, if you be so kind, are you a good seamstress at all?
No, I'm crap.
All right,
Absolute
Mr.
shite.
Forsyth, what about you?
But I'm willing to
Well-
try. I have some
Very
training.
well.
I'm not
What are your field dressing skills like?
I've been an outdoorsman for quite some time. They are rudimentary, but should be sufficient. Allow me.
All right.
Um,
I pull down my boot. I take off my boot. I pull up my pant leg so I can look at my calf because I was wearing as I can show you, very tall boots that actually go up. So they provided me some protection, I'm sure, from the initial wolf attack from Moon. But how bad is the damage on me?
You take a look, and only one of the gashes, the one that made it above the boot, needs stitching. The rest
All right.
are still there, and your boots are
All
kind of
right.
ruined, but you know.
All right. Well, that's
that is a
fair.
tender spot.
It's gonna hurt like hell. All right,
You can talk me
Mr.
through whatever I
Forsyth.
need.
no, very good. I'll just disinfect this
If-
wound here. If I may.
All right. Yep. All right, and I'm gonna take a dram here, and please do your best field stitching on me, and try not to make me look like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein monster.
Well, it's not quite like tying a hook on a line, but the premise is the same. Yes.
Yeah. You're an outdoorsman. You know knots, and I'm sure you've stitched a thing or two. Roll me your outdoorsman.
14.
You do the job. It's sufficient. It is not clean as the doctor's stitches, but they will close the wound sufficiently.
We'll make a fine medic out of you. Yeah.
You might have a
Very
little
good.
bit of a scar after this, but
Oh yeah. Well, that
Stars
just makes.
are good stories, sir.
Oh yeah, it just makes me a little bit more attractive, doesn't it? All
that
right.
it does.
All right. Well, I pull my boot back on.
Your boot is shredded.
Oh, like all the way?
I
Oh.
mean, yeah.
Is it
Well,
usable as footwear though?
Uh,
Like the
the
bottom
footwear
portions.
part is, but you might have to like
Sure, yeah.
wrap
I have-
something around it. But yeah,
I'll wrap some fabric around it.
Right.
Like one of our doughboys.
sure. All right.
we don't have
all
those
right.
yet. But all right.
No, but that's the image that popped into my head.
Fair enough. All right. So, Lady Margaret, you shall regain 2 points of health.
Cool.
And Dr. Watson, you shall gain 1 point of health.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
you. You
All
are
right.
quite the doctor.
Well,
So you
that
have
is
probably
what they pay
about
me for.
2 more hours until daylight. How would you like to spend the rest of the evening?
I propose we breathe and rest and kind of.
I'm going to drag the corpses of the wolves off of distance from us.
Heads on
I don't really have
spikes.
the setup to skin them, and we're sort of pressed for time and have injured friends, so I'll have to forego trophy hunting this time around. You know what? I'll take a tail.
There you
Do you
go.
take Moon's tail?
It's already
that
been
one was
shot through.
Yeah, we'll take the one that I personally dispatched.
Excellent.
In the meantime, I'll what do we for our rationings? What do we? I forget. What do we have in the way of breakfast foods?
Cheese, pickled herrings.
Pickled herrings. Maybe half a loaf of bread.
Did any of us grab a coffee pot?
You did not say that you did, so I would say no. No coffee.
I really wish I had grabbed a coffee pot. That would have been lovely right about now.
Alrighty.
Well, I'm just gonna have a nosh.
Okay. The sun starts to peek over the edge of not the sun, but it becomes lighter.
Mm-hmm.
It is still overcast. Day breaks. And what do you do?
How are you to travel? Should we head back? Do you want to keep going? I'll leave it up to both of you.
I would like to keep going.
Likewise, let's go finish this.
Yes, I would be just outraged should I have done all this for nothing. I must know. I must know.
So I want to take a moment for 2 things. One, does it feel less claustrophobic now? That
I was wondering that myself.
It does not.
Still oppressive. And number 2, my outdoorsman, my knowledge, hunting and such, is it normal? I don't think it is normal for a pack of 3 wolves to approach a burning fire, attack even after gunfire. It does seem a little odd, doesn't it?
Maybe a wee bit.
Yeah, they did seem very aggressive. But there were no other signs of rabies that I could see.
Nope. No signs of rabies, but it is a wee bit peculiar.
Then they usually go when you yell at them, honestly.
Or when you
If
fire
are
a weapon.
Exactly. Fire a weapon.
Unless they're
make
very,
a lot of
very
noise.
hungry.
Do they look very, very hungry, or are they well fed?
They look like normal wolves.
Yeah, they
So they're
wouldn't
not,
be
like,
hungry.
starving.
There's plenty of game. There's easier game than the man beast. That's for sure.
All right, I said this being ridiculous to you earlier, but what if lycanthropy, werewolves?
Oh.
Do you have any silver bullets there, Mr. Forsyth?
It's
They
not
seem to
a
be staying
standard
down.
thing you go hunting with.
I don't
No,
seem to be getting up.
I double checked the corpses in the daylight. Are they still wolves?
They're still wolves. It also was not a full moon last night.
All right.
I do appreciate a man of science going down the fantastic. But,
Well, you have to admit it's a wee bit weird. I mean, both their attitude, but also their. Do you feel like?
oh yes.
Do you feel like you're claustrophobic right now? Like things are just a little
Absolutely.
too close? All right, it's not just me. All right.
And I refuse to let it oppress me personally. So I
Oh.
choose to be optimistic at the time where I wish to become more aggressive or lash out and let the wolves know that I am still the alpha.
I wish I had your gumption.
All right.
You have a needle
so-
and thread, Doctor. And I think that weighs much more than gumption here.
Oh,
in
I
this
don't know about
So-
that.
accounting.
You, I'm assuming you folks are finished and you're packing up and breaking down camp.
We'll break down camp.
Fantastic. So you make your way to the road, and you're going still trekking on to the Bray Brooks.
That's
Indeed.
what my compatriots say, and I'm perfectly capable. So away we go.
Fantastic. I would say, Doctor, you do make things are a little harder. One with your calf, of course, and your footwear is not as up to par as it is. So you're going just a little bit slower than you normally would.
Kiro boy,
Ma-
let me use my camp accent. Here's let me get you a walking stick. There we go. That
Oh,
should help a
thanks
little
very
bit.
much. I should have grabbed a second pair of shoes or boots or something. Ugh,
How are you to know?
this was my
And,
favorite pair. They came from Minnesota. Minnesota. Such a fun
So
place
as
to
you
see, too.
travel down the road, you begin again. It is stale and stifling.
Ugh.
There's barely any bird song. Perhaps, there is some rustling. It's not completely devoid of life. Obviously, maybe a squirrel, chipmunk, but still, it just feels. Not only does it feel oppressive, but it does feel. You begin to feel distinctly unwelcome in this place. And as you move forward, you begin to see things are getting a little lighter. The forest is not as oppressive in its proximity to you. However, you still feel claustrophobic, but then suddenly, very abruptly, the forest gives way to cornfields. And you continue on, and the cornfields are rather extensive. And at this point, it looks as though the corn is ready to be harvested. So it is very tall, and it is starting to brown, very much like if you've ever been through a corn maze, kind of like that. As you move forward, you begin to see that there are other crops out here as well. So things like beans give way to gourds, pumpkin patches as you go forward. And there is a cleared, you get going along, and there is a cleared field. And in the middle of that field, you see a scarecrow. Just a lone scarecrow. Roll me 2d6.
Look at that scarecrow trying to stave off all the murders.
You hear a caw in the distance.
Oh, rolled 5.
Okay.
An 8.
A 7.
Watson and Henry, you get the distinct feeling that that scarecrow is watching you.
How far away is it?
I would say it's maybe 100 yards away.
I pull out my little binoculars.
You don't think, do you?
Let's find out. And I'll take a look.
Can't be a real person, can it?
What?
It's a scarecrow
Yeah, it's a scarecrow.
with it's got, the hay, the whole thing. It is big. It's a very big. It's got a big pumpkin head, and it's about 20 feet tall. So it's a because it's a very large field. It's a very big scarecrow, but it is just a scarecrow.
All right.
And
As
if
you-
I'm hearing the crows, then I would say that the scarecrows aren't doing their job. I would
But
say.
yes, that feeling as you walk past it does not leave you. You still feel like it's watching you. In fact, you kind of feel like its gaze is following you.
Well,
I will say these country traditions are a little disconcerting. I mean, this
Once
is
we
reminiscent of the Ricker Man, you know, where they would burn
Aye.
the holidays.
Once we get past its line of sight, does its head move?
No.
I'll double check with the
Oh,
binoculars.
all right. You use your binoculars?
Aye.
It is remained the same position.
Are you two gentlemen okay? You do seem disquieted more than one would expect.
I feel like we're being watched, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't coming from a certain direction. And even though it hasn't moved, I'm still not 100% sure.
Yay. All right.
And, do you continue down the path?
The only other option would be to go home.
All right. And as you continue down the path, a structure becomes visible. And that structure, say you're all very worldly people, that structure is clearly a watchtower. It is built of timber. It is, 40, 50 feet tall. It does have a roof. And you see two figures in the watchtower.
What does
As
Should we
you-
hail them?
What was that?
We should hail them.
Absolutely.
sure.
They'll see us
Being
soon
watched.
enough as well.
I'm sure they see us on the road. That's probably
Yeah.
not an issue.
So are you gonna yell and wave at them?
I am just going to wave. I'm not going to yell yet. I'll just raise a hand, an empty hand, and wave it in the air.
Fantastic. You hear the sound of a ringing bell starting
Oh.
to clang, 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 clang. And you hear commotion, yelling. It's a little too far away to make out distinct.
I will stop approaching at that point and stop
Okay.
moving toward it.
Okay.
And I will step off, not off the road, but I'm on the side of the road. Is there a field of corn or something near me?
Yeah. One of the it's a bit cleared at this point. Clearly, it has just been harvested at this point. So
I'm looking for something to dive behind if I need to on a moment's notice.
there's a ditch.
All right, good. Do not go into the ditch, but I'm close to it so I can dive there if I need to. And I, through looks and subtle gestures, imply the others might want to do the same, just in case.
Henry, don't get too close to it. I don't want to find you dead in a ditch later.
Maggie, Henry, Hamish, what do you do?
I will stand. I am a humble traveler and simply wish to visit the lords of the house and bid my greetings. I'm not afraid of them.
Doctor?
Well, I'm a bit torn between my very militant companion here and a lady whose ladiness, her ladyship, beckons that of my homeland at home. I just kind of stand in the middle, leaning on the walking stick that Mr. Forsyth gave me, just to look as nonchalant and vaguely important as I know how to look as a doctor, because I have learned how to look. That's a full class you take at Harvard Medical School, medical college.
You're putting on the doctor.
Oh,
the
and I'm
doctor.
putting on the lady.
Oh,
Doctor,
Hello.
lady,
doctor,
and
doctor,
Henry.
lady, and Henry.
Now, Henry's
And rich guy.
Doesn't have his rifle out, but he's ready to get it at a moment's notice just in case.
Fantastic. So a few minutes. Oh no. So a few
Oh,
minutes.
Ali Rian down in Louisiana. Hello, Ali.
Hello. So a few minutes go by and you see three figures walking down the road. One is tall, very tall, broad, you would say. One, the one on the right is tall and broad. The one on the left is slightly shorter, but slight, I would say. And the one in the middle is shorter, stockier, barrel chested. He's got a white beard and black hair with well, he's got a hat on, but you can see that it's sort of graying at the temples. The tall, stocky man is clearly younger and bears a decent resemblance to the man in the middle, and the man on the side is about the same, maybe a little younger than the man in the middle, a little bit similarly aged. And they begin to walk up to you, and the man in the middle says, "Peace, friends.
Hail
Welcome.
and well met. Hail and
In-
well met. I do offer my hand for them too.
Oh, that is very kind of you." He does not take your hand. None of them do. And they stop about maybe, a few yards away, keeping a bit of a distance. And the man in the middle says, we'd like to know what you doing on our land here."
Well, we were from down the way, down at the Red Maple, and we've been asked to come on up. There was an injured man who stumbled down in, and we were trying to see that he probably came from up this way. We were trying to determine who he is and what about him. He was very incoherent, and the implication was that he came from your direction. Wanted to see if maybe one of yours was missing, if somebody from your farm, your family might have wandered off, gotten sick, and we are trying to determine from whence he came.
Ah. May I have your names, please?
I will allow me to introduce myself. I am Henry Forsyth. I am with the Vermont Central Railroad. I was in the area surveying when this poor gentleman came in, and again, he mentioned vaguely the Bray Brook farm. I asked around and found out that Bray Brook is here, so thought we'd come up and see.
Well, you've made your ways to the Braybrook farm here, and
Oh, good.
may I ask your name, sir?
Oh, I'll happily give you my name. You can call me Doctor in the meantime if you'll give me mine, stranger.
You're a doctor there, sir.
I am, and you are?
Well, my name is Hezekiah Braybrook, and I am the owner of this here farm.
Oh, Hezekiah Braybrook. You can call me Dr. Hamish. And do you have anybody here in any need of medical assistance of any kind? Colds, cuts, bruises, scrapes, stabs, kicks in the head from a goat, anything like that? I have my medical bag here.
Well,
I'd be happy to make a house call while I'm here.
I'm sure we could find something for you to do if you'd like, but well, since you are coming up here to take a look at things, you folks are welcome here. If you'd like to follow me, we can bring you on into the farm.
Oh,
Oh, that's very, very.
This
very
here
no-
is my son Enoch, and this here is my brother Malachi, and you're very welcome here.
oh, I thank you for your hospitality.
thank you.
And
I can't
they
help but notice, Mr. Braybrook, you didn't ask the lady her name.
yes.
Hello. It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am the Lady Margaret Darkwood, traveling through this area.
Well, hello, Lady Darkwood. It is nice to meet you as well. If you'd like to come this way, and they part, two on one side, one on the other, and offer their ways for you to walk forward.
All right.
Please, Hezekiah, accompany me. I would love to chat about your fine farm here. It's very expensive, and I've been told that you have some of the finest produce in the area.
Very well. We shall talk by and by. And with that, that is the end of this evening's adventure. Yeah.
Oh, this is fun and
Alrighty.
getting mysteriouser and
Mysteriouser and mysteriouser. So, what shall we get
Love
into next week? We'll have to tune
Murder.
in to find out.
Murder, probably like a whole
Murder.
shoot.
Whole
Cult.
thing. Just
Just demonic
basically-
sacrifice.
You never know. You never know what's going to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, thank you so much for tuning in. I would love to introduce to you our wonderful players. So, Lady Margaret, would you like to introduce
Hi.
yourself?
I'm Mab Just Mab. I am the purveyor of Mab's Mobile Mercantile. I'm the one that is making these magnificent Mompus mugs. Okay, Krampus. But Marilad starts with an M. So beep, 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 beep. And they are available right now to be made to order and shipped out soon. Yay! That's me. And
Fantastic.
I'm a regular here at Nat 21 Adventures. You can see me on the Tuesday night show, the Wednesday crafting show, the Thursday frequent show of the in between, and Mab Labs on the first Thursday and the second Thursday. I have no life, apparently. It's here. This is my life.
Or the best life. Alrighty, Dr. Hamish, would you like to introduce yourself as well?
I would. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Kostelik. I'm an American, and I know. And I would like to say, Election Day is 2 weeks and 6 days away. If early vote if you can. Go vote in person if you can. Vote by mail if that's an option for you. Vote on Election Day itself, November 5th. If that is your speed, go vote. It's the most important thing we do as Americans. That being said, making my pitch for myself, you can catch me one final weekend at the Maryland Renaissance Festival. This weekend, it is closing weekend. It's going to be great. And then next weekend, I'm in Salem, Massachusetts. Then I go down to Florida for Lady of the Lakes for 2 weekends. Then I go and join this handsome guy right here at the Louisiana Renaissance Festival. I know. Yeah, the one who's looking around. It's so weird. It's fantastic. And you can find all of my links on Linktree. I'm Shakespeare.approves everywhere. And also join me here Tuesday mornings for writing sonnets with Shakespeare. We make something fantastic, silly, and special every Tuesday.
Fantastic. Thanks so much. All right, Henry, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi there. My name is Tom Zadoyko. I'm also the Gloom Master here. Most of you who are regulars know me as that. I am also one half of the Buckle and Swash Pirate Comedy Sword Fighting Show. We have 2 more weekends here at the PA Ren Fair. I'd invite you to come, but we're sold out all the way through to the end. So if you manage to get tickets in advance, wonderful. I'll be happy to see you. And if not, I can possibly see you at the Louisiana Renaissance Festival, where we will be performing there as well. I also run the whiskey and rum tastings and that sort of thing down there. And I will be available hopefully for the Destination D&D Run
Oh,
Adventures
yeah,
in
me
New
too.
Orleans,
Ooh.
as will Shakespeare, Dan right over here. So hopefully we can get to see you all there. And I will also say that you can also find my latest auditory work at hobthetroll.bandcamp.com. Please go ahead and check that out there. Actually, this is a running joke, but it is our good friend Hob the Troll. He's got wonderful things up there, and I always like to plug in whenever possible. He's run some streams on here. And I've got more things, but I think we're going to cover that in our sponsorship.
Indeed, we shall. But first, before we do, I am the Grim Maven, also known as Katie Hauser. I am an actor and a performer, and you see me here often. So I am very excited to be running this game for you guys. It's my first time doing so, and I'm having a blast, and I hope you guys are too. You can also find me at hobthetroll@bandcamp.com. Yeah, so there you go.
Is that where everyone's hanging out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where all the cool kids go.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we're all-
I'll give it a shot.
And once again,
go to
just wanna-
hobthetroll.bandcamp.com and babsmobilemercantile.com.
Mobile
I mean,
Mercantile. Yep.
both are fantastic. I mean,
Can't go wrong. And so without further ado, of course, we want to just do a really quick shout out to our sponsors. First one being renadventures.com. Sign up for Destination D&D happening in New Orleans, November 19th and 23rd. Again, going down to the Louisiana Renaissance Festival, having a great old time. We love it. It's fantastic. Renadventures.com. And was I correct in my dates of Muncaster Castle happening this year? Is it
July
June?
14th. It's July 14 through 19, I want to say.
Fantastic. 2025. Yeah.
2025.
Get your tickets now. It'll be really fun. Also, we want to shout out 3D2U, our fabulous makers of fabulous nerdy things. Amy and Jesse, we really love them. They do really fun stuff. We love them too. And once again, Yuletide Monster mugs featuring artwork from Madame Onsa, Crumpus, Mary Lude. Put your glue wine in there. Put your hot apple cider in there. Put just some hot whiskey in there if you want to. The possibilities are endless. They are for pre-order now at mabsmobilemercantile.com. I believe they go out Monday. Am I correct?
Yeah, no, Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very, very cool. And finally, last but not least, check out Dread, written by Melissa Lee and our very own Bloom Master. Amazing writer. If you had a chance to check out Dare, which was wonderful and ooky spooky as heck, this one is fantastic as well. You can find those both on Amazon. The Kindle version is out now. And are you planning to read this one too, Gloom?
Yes. So there will be an audiobook version of Dread. We have a Patreon, Quill and Quote is the name. That Melissa writes the stories, I narrate them. Our Patreon members get that early, and we've been compiling them as we go along into books. First Dare, now Dread. I have some of them recorded. I don't have all of them recorded yet. And with a 1-year-old who is teething hardcore, it has become a little tricky to find time to record, but hopefully sooner rather than later. And I'm sure we'll let you know here when the audiobook version is out. Some of them are already recorded as they were given to our Patreon subscribers, but we do have some more coming up in the very near future.
Fantastic. Oh, and Victoria London Fogg wants to know, did you write a story in Dread as well?
I did. One of the stories in Dread is mine. We had 2 that I wrote for our Patreon, and we picked one of them to be in this book, and then probably the next book, the other one will show up. We did have an author event, Melissa, at a local spooky bookstore here in central Pennsylvania that she attended, that she read some stories. I read some stories out of. Salier, Sir David Percival were both there. Thank you so much. And I would like to also really thank Sir David Percival for doing our Twitch points and our helps with all that. Really appreciate it. It makes things go so much smoother having you here. Thank you.
Indeed.
Seriously.
And thank all of you guys for watching us and for tuning in every week. We really appreciate this. We would not be able to do this without you guys. Oh yeah, we want to shout out to all of our mods as well. You guys are rad.
I also want to mention, in case people don't know, I think you all do at this point, but just in case you don't, you can also find Nat 21 on all the social stuff, including Discord.
Oh, yeah.
You can find us on the Discord and keep abreast of what new shows are coming up, what's being done on the stream, what days, what times they're all going to drop. So thank you, Nightbot, for putting that there. There we are. You can find us there. And you can also join the Patreon Saints. If you do that for Nat 21, you get all sorts of neat little perks. You can do the Grand Saint games and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. So if you got a chance,
we do secret content too. I'm about to drop some cool secret content.
So come and join us. We'd love to see you all.
Heck yeah.
Our Discord is very active, and I do appreciate everything that people share on there. So
absolutely, it's fabulous. That being said, guys, thank you so much, and tune in next week to see what happens to these wonderful characters. All right, thank you guys, and pass a good night.
Thank you, everyone. Why is it not doing the thing?
Why is it not doing this?